Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Can you see now? It should come up now. Okay, great. So this is what you have. This is way it looks, right, from your end and things, right. I mentioned that you should go to here to see to load configuration. So let me just do an intro. So what I'm here to do or trying to do or demo right now, right, is for you to be able to understand how the system works. I mentioned that something is dynamic, right? I mentioned something that the system uses dynamic method, right, to actually achieve what we need to achieve, right, so that we can integrate different type of APIs, even APIs that are not similar. So you're going to see what I'm trying to say. So why this one is here, this load configuration is here, is because the same issue that it looks like you're having. That's why we created these preloaded configurations, right? So a lot of persons have been using a particular some particular how do I put it now? So we have APIs that people are using frequently. Some APIs that people are using frequently. So we just decided to collate those APIs, the way the configuration looks like, and make them into more like a template that you can now use. So the only thing you probably need to change is the token. So now here we have, so to now preload this configuration, right, you have to click on each of them. But let me show you something on the back end. I was trying to show you that yesterday, this issue. Why do we have this issue here? I was trying to show you something on the back end here, the last time. Whoa, something is wrong somewhere. Will I not be able to use this thing today? This is supposed to be the demo. Oh. Someone has, oh, I get it. Someone has changed the demo URL on the backend. How do we now get this one now? Like this why people are funny. They've changed the demo URL on the backend side of things. They've changed the demo URL on the backend. That's why we are getting that error. Oh, why are people like this now? Okay. All right. You can see my screen now, right? Hello? 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 You can see my screen now, right? Okay. Can you, I think you're using two devices. Can you use just one? Or probably reduce the volume of one? Yeah, it is. But it's still kind of echo, to my ear. Okay, it's not echoing anymore. So basically, yeah. So let's just go straight to it. So here, as you can see, we have somebody must have entered this one here multiple times because it's a test. That's the demo site, right? So, but then you have something like this on your portal as well. It's exactly the same thing, right? And immediately, if I should click on airtime, it populates this, right? So it has been populated already by some persons. If you see, you'll be having 260. So the more you add it, it creates new records and continue adding those records to it. So, and looking at this, these are APIs. You can see different type of APIs, different type of APIs, different type of APIs. And one thing with API is this: you need to have an account with them before whatever you need to make work would work. So assuming now you want to, I think Nelobyte is Club Connect. This Nelobyte now, you need to have an account with them, and you having an account with them will mean that, let me show you what this look like in the configuration. This is what it looks like in the configuration. So you have your identifier. If you want to change it, change it. If you don't want to change it, you leave it that way. Then here you can see fill here. You need to, there is something that you are going to get from them that you need to use here. Fill here too. There's something I know you're going to get from them that you need to add here. You call it API keys, right? So immediately you add that. You can change. This one is one of our previous customers. Yeah. So you have to change this one to your site's address. To your site's address, and leave the rest the way it is. This is MTN. You can see I didn't tell you to touch this, because this is their own code on their site, and we've done well to have done it this way, so that you don't need to go and learn their documentation to be able to do anything. Then here is the other part that you need to change is this one, the IP, because I think they kind of restrict IPs on their own. That's if you are using Nelobyte. And Nelobyte is Club Connect, I think. I'm not trying to advertise them. That's why I'm a bit being hesitant of googling them and stuff. So this is their site that you can use their API. That's one of the API that most people use, right? So that's, then you have some documentation here. Sorry, I said documentation. Just feedbacks here that you can. So there's something we call success code, right? Success code. This is what you get when a call has been made to this endpoint. So there is a call that goes to that endpoint. So there is something called success code. Success code is what they will send it back. So the way we've done the software is in a way that you can pick a particular unit. It may not be this. It may be something that you always know that will return with a successful response. I don't know if I take that right. Let me recap. So let me just recap for posterity's sake. So assuming you hit an endpoint, and the response you're supposed to get is operation successful, right? What you need to put inside this success code should be operation successful. It can be a sentence that you know that is always consistent with a successful response. So anything that is not, or that is different from that response will not be, that transaction will fail. The portal would make it fail automatically, because it does not find that, it's not finding that identified success response in the response that the API returned, right? So also, one thing I want to emphasize on is most people, when there's an adage that these guys normally say that if you want to hide something, hide them in a book. It's not even hide them in a book now, hide them in a text, because most persons don't read some of these things. Yeah, probably it's because of time or whatever it is. But then, if you don't have time, I don't think you should be able, you should start a business. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. This, especially this kind of business, because you need close monitoring. We have a lot of people out there trying to penetrate into different, including financial systems too, right? So that one, just at least you can keep tab. There's no perfect system, right? That's one thing I must also see. There's no perfect system, so you have to keep tabs on this. Is a money thing, right? So this is just for airtime, right? And for airtime, you can have multiple of different APIs, and you can switch between APIs. That's why you have the active is active button and stuff. And one thing I must mention again is that you can only have, let me show you again. Here you can only have, you can see this should be a unique identifier. So no two of these records can have this MTN airtime underscore top up active. So if we have two that is active bearing this identifier name, there will be error on the portal. You are going to have error on the portal because it is expecting that only one, because the identifier is supposed to be a unique. That's why it is called as an identifier. It's supposed to be unique. So even if you don't want to change your identifier, probably some persons are using your API, it means you would have to deactivate one for one. I don't know if that's clear enough. Probably I'll have to explain that when we get to some other places. Hello, are you there? Oh, I've been speaking to myself. Are you there? Hello? Oh, okay. I think I lost you there. I thought I lost you there. So, okay. So, as you can see here, we have MTN, airtime top up, MTN top up. Only one of them can be active, except probably you change the identifier to something else. That's when you can have two of them, or three of them, or four of them active. So, they have to have different identifiers, except you are interchanging and you don't want to change the identifier, so only one of them has to be active, like that. And you can see we have other guys here, Gladys Data, we have I think VTU Connect, we have VT Pass, we have Geonatech, we have there should be VTU Connect somewhere. I think I've seen, yeah, we have VTU Connect, we have Prompt Recharge, that's if you want to use the API. So all you need to do is just have an account with these guys and plug it in for VTU Connect. Now look at it, just have an account with them, plug it in. This is where, see, token, fill here. You don't need to touch the token, just put what you need to put here. When you register with them, they're going to give you a token. You're going to get a token. Just input it here and you are good to go. So that's the way this works, even for airtime. So if you want to give them discount, you can add your discount here, and it should be in percentage, right? That's why we have 0.0. So if you want to give them 1%, 2%, that would be 0.02. If it's 1%, 0.01. If it's 5%, 0.05. If you enter 5 as a whole number, it means you are giving them a discount of 500%, meaning that you are even crediting the account again doing that. Are you with me? Okay, so that's that for airtime. The same thing, I'm going to go through data and the other ones too, but the same thing as is being applied there. We've configured these APIs down, right? And one thing you will find out that if I should open this Gladys data, this which one again, Jonatech, you realize that they are somewhat similar in nature. So you would definitely find those, you can see, similar in nature. All you need to do is just have an account with them, and just, because I think it's the same developer that developed all those stuffs, but that I'm not here to promote him too, like I said the other time too. So it's like that. That's their APIs and the American. So you might find out that if you notice or probably see an API that you like and it has the same format, all you need to just do is come into your configuration, copy, clone one of them, and just insert your token, and you should be fine, right? So that's that for airtime. For data, it's something similar to, like I mentioned. Some persons have created all these ones here, but that's fine. So we have some guys here. We have Fatizara. We have they are similar in nature too. In this case, right? They are similar in nature. We have Usmo data. We have, but let me just enter one of them and so that you understand the way they work. Um, which one should we enter now? Because they are pointers to everyone. So all you need to do is just pick one. What's it called now? Pick one API to use, right? And if your API is not part of the one you picked, I'm so sure that it would be similar to one of those one that has been already configured. So all you just need to do is just copy and paste. I'm so sure of that. So here now we have this USMO data, right? After filling what you need to fill, activate, then put in your identifier, what you feel you want to call it. Then you just change this one to your token. Like you have to space it this way. That's why fill here is supposed to, this token is supposed to be alone this way with a space. Then the fill here, whatever you need to do should just start from that fill here and end there. That's it. Then here we've kind of identified the IDs of some of their data services, right? On most of these sites, 60 is 500 MB. That's where they identify some of their services. 51 is 1 gig. 50 here is 2 gig. 225 here is 3 gig. 44 here is 5 gig, etc. like that. So you don't need to touch all these ones because we've done that for you already, except you are now adding your own new API, right? If it's similar to this one, to this type of structure, all you need to do is you enter their site, know the way they've identified their service, copy the old value here and replace what you need to replace. Most likely, or more often than not, you'll probably be replacing this guy. The other important thing here is just check here and read what you have here. It's very important. Why I'm saying that is that the data amount here, this data amount here is what you are charging per 500 MB. So probably you are getting it from them at 110, 100 naira. You can charge 120. You can change this amount. And when you are changing it, make sure that as you are changing it here, you're also changing it here as well. Because this is what the user will be seeing on the front end. So if I should activate this guy now, let me try and activate it. I just hope that there's no other one that has been activated already, so that we can see that on the front end. So if I should have this buy data, okay, I think I have this one here. Right, and I should click on select data bond. You can see 120, 220, 440, 660, 1100, 2200. So if you come here, you will realize that and I've closed it though. Okay, I can click on back. You realize that these are the things we have here. 120. So if I should change this one to, because that is what the user sees. So this stuff you have here is the structure that is being used here. If you should look at it, you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's after one after the other after the pipe. It is the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what the user sees, the user will be saying the amount of whatever you want to buy. So most person will just be like 1 gig, just to identify that that's what that this thing stands for. So if I should save this now, and come back here and do a reload, right? You realize that what we have there has changed. 1 gig, 120. Are you with me? All right. So that's for data. That's for airtime as well, right? Then for cable, we've preloaded it as well, right? We've preloaded it as well. So you don't need. Sorry, I omitted something. I will mention it here. Just know that it applies to all the services across board. And what I omitted is this success code again. You can see it's a bit different to what I showed you earlier, right? The first one is just order received. Here now you can see a comma. So in case there's a variation in the response from the backend, sorry, I said from the backend, from the API that you're using, in case there's a variation, you can have multiple of the source code separated by comma, so that the system will check for either of these guys to ensure that to be able to mark that transaction as successful. If that is not, if the system checks and none of this stuff matches, right, it will mark it as failed automatically. Now, so here now we have this. Okay, this one is Nelubite again. So I think I've shown you how this Nelubite works. So you can just put your fill in your. Okay, this one is somebody's ID. I'm guessing it's my ID on the site. So you have to replace it with your ID, that the one you are getting from them. Then here too, you have to fill here too as well. Then fill here too. If you need to do that, then the rest has been set the way they are. Then this guy, that's for Nelobite. That's because of their IP. They have IP issues, so you need to set your IP. So let me show you where you're going to get the IP on. I think I'm using it through host. So if you log into your cPanel on the right hand side, you should see your IP there. That's what you need to add on this part of things. Now for this here now we have the identifier here. You can see that one thing is common to all the services, the identifier, right? It's very common. And one thing I would say is this: since the cable are just three, we have GoTV, we have DStv, and we have one other one, Start Times, right? I would suggest that you just have them this way, right? Just so we don't have issues with the system, right? So here needs to be changed to Start Times because it is specific to Start Times alone. And this our sister site is one we use for verification. So the response from here has been identified. It needs to be in a particular format that only this portal understands, right? So then this here now we have packages. This one is saying GoTV. You have to change it to Start Times. So we've been able to collate all the packages being offered by this site inside here, and their specific own identifier on their own end. So all you need to do is just follow this, what we have on this below, and understand that okay, site price is the amount that you want to sell it, and it falls on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So just count 1, 2, 2. These two lists gets us here 3, 4. I think it's on number 4. So this is the amount this site will be selling a 900 naira worth of 1 month Nova, right? Probably plus convenience fee if you are charging a convenience fee. If not, you can just maintain it at 900. Then you have to change. This one is what the user will be seeing on their side of things. So if I should activate this guy now, and I go to that, let me activate it now. Save and continue editing. And I come here and probably do a reload. TV bills, okay. Oh, we have some of them already. How do I know which one I've created now? I'm assuming it's this one. Okay, good. So we have this one. Somebody have modified this one. I think I clicked the other one instead of this first one. So let me go back and click the first one. Oh, something is wrong. Let me confirm something there. Okay, they're actually different though. So we have, let's see what we have here. Oh, we have multiple of this guy here. But we're expecting to see Nova, right? Not what we are looking at, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to deactivate one of them. So one of them is overlapping with the other. So that's why I said one of them has to the name has to be unique so that you don't have this kind of issue, right? So that somebody won't be purchasing. You see, we have two activated, and the one that we are looking at is this second one. So saving that now. So refresh. So we should see our own now. You can see. So this is the one that we saved earlier, which is not showing. The way it's supposed to show. So that's that for the cable. So immediately I don't have a sample right now. You would have probably tested with it. I think I should be able to test with one. Yeah, it's just that you won't be able to purchase. Let me see the Go TV that has been activated. Okay, we have a Go TV here. Okay, the only thing I'm changing here is this for now. Alright, so I think this is a Go TV stuff I should be able to use. So that should go and fetch the Go TV details of that particular Go TV account. Sometimes it takes a while that way, depending on internet speed as well. And this one is not even taking too long. Okay, yeah, you can see you verify the person, brought back the information, expires on so date, then the person can proceed. If I try to proceed now, I won't be able to pay because maybe probably I don't have enough credit or the endpoint is not functioning well because of we didn't add the authorization key here. You can see insufficient fund. This one is even so. It first meant insufficient fund before it even calls API. So I don't have enough funds as we have here. At least 200, and what I want to buy is 900. So that's that for cable. Then for electricity, it is similar to, you can see familiar endpoints. Sorry, familiar APIs, right there already from the one you've seen on airtime, cable and co, right? So the way this works, right, is that you can see individual each electric company are separated, so they are not together. They are separated. So if you are even the one is prepaid, one should be postpaid. One is prepaid, one should be postpaid. So you can have Cardinal prepaid, you can have Cardinal postpaid. Both of them are activated at the same way, and of course the identifier are different. So if you should go in, this one is even straightforward. It's more like the airtime that we just saw, because they are not selecting from any package. They are just buying whatever amount that they want to buy. So it's just you coming here to set to set. So you, in this case now, you would have to inspect the response from the endpoint. You have to inspect the response from the endpoint so that you'll be able to know what you need to pass here, because this is being gotten from the response from the endpoint, so that you can display the token that has been generated to the user. If that is not done, you won't be able to display. It will just be successful, but you'll be able to display the token to the user. Right? Then, if you want to set, so if they are purchasing for this commission now, if they are purchasing, let's say they want to purchase on the 1,000 naira worth of units, right? So whatever you add here, if you're adding 100 here, that means the person will be paying 1,100 for the unit. So maybe you are getting it from your what's it called now? From your provider. That's your endpoint provider. You're getting it from them at a cheaper price, right? That's your 100 is your gain per purchase. So that's what it is. Then this one, you would have to change this guy here to I think I'll have to make another post on this, or probably video on this, but there is a list of words that the system identifies, something like this. So the service will have to be Port Harcourt prepaid in this capital way, so that on our own end of the verification, we can identify that okay, this is it. Then we can return the right response, just like we did for cable, and that's that. So if all these things are set well, we shouldn't have any issue at all. Any issue, we shouldn't have. So now, those are the major services on the system. Then the other one that you would probably want to attend to immediately, right, is payment. Before I go to SMS, is payment. Payment is inside set configuration, and here, right, where is it now? Yeah, we have paystack here. So you may have to register on paystack, add your secret key, add your public key as well. I just did something very, very wrong now. Oh, I will I will review the video and remove it. So add your secret key, add your public key, right? Before your payment can work. Let me show you what I mean by payment now. When you click on buy credit, you can see fund via paystack, right? If I should try to do something now, 100, I click on this guy, it tries to, okay, I'm saying I'm a reseller already. It tries to load. So I click on this guy, it brings up paystack for me to pay, and I'm expecting an error. Yeah, because there's no valid key. That's because that place is empty. It's not passing the right key that needs to pass. So you need to fill that, and the same thing applies to the other payment platform too that we have here. The fund via RFPay, fund via Monify, fund via bank. This Monify is supposed to be a paid stuff, but I think we just left it there for this thing. Then this one, you have to supply key as well. Let me show you where that is. You have to supply a key. There are a whole lot of settings, right? And that's because it is dynamic, right? You need to be able to set one or two things. So this one now is this is where you set your Monify key. you have to register on monify.com. That's Monify site. Monify. You can just Google the name up and you'll see their site on the first. That's Monify. So you have to create an account with them and you must verify your account and stuff. Then for Paystack too, I'm sure you know Paystack. So then Flutterwave too as well. Flutterwave too. So you can register with them. Add your the only one that the only configuration that you need to do inside for the payment, we have 3 payments now. So the only one that you need to configure inside the site configuration is the Paystack. The other ones are independent. Like this Monify now is independent. This RevPay is Flutterwave, right? It's independent too. So that's if you need to configure that, fine. Then you can add that, you can set the limit and stuff. But always try to read what we have beneath it, right? It kind of gives insight to what is needed to be inputted, right? Especially the ones that we feel is controversial. All these ones are direct. That's why we didn't talk about it, right? But like this one now, I've seen someone that added 9% before, or even after reading this, then it means that you'll be charging your user over 900% of what they are trying to load to your system. So in the end, you will not be loading you will not be giving the user anything after she gets. So after they've added, try adding fonts and stuff. So it's not like the person intentionally did it. It's just that they didn't read stuff like this, right? Yeah. So it's just like that. So then the other part that you would interact with is the SMS. As if you want to use SMS, where is that safe? SMS angle, where SMS angle send. So the SMS is, we have APIs too pre-configured, right? That we can just leverage and use. So a lot of APIs. So all you need to do is just fill what you need to fill there, and the rest will just work. It should just work the way it should. Then here now we have send one by one. So there is this thing that we need that if you want to activate send one by one, then it means your user, number one, is one of two things. It's either you come back to us and we enable a background task for you, right? That's one. Or you leave it this way, in a way that your API handles whatever they need to handle, and all we are going to calculate your charges. So if the person is sending 100 SMS or 200 at once, right? It will be sent to the endpoint as a whole, like that. 200 SMS at once, 200 at once, 200 numbers to SMS. But then, on the background, you're going to calculate your money. So it will be this 3 naira will be 3 naira times 200. That's 600 naira. Will be deducted from the person's wallet. So after that has been done, right? So you can see there are a lot of other options here, and that's because this is the demo info, right? So demo site. So we need to display everything that we have. The one you were requesting for, which is the recharge printing, this is it, right? You don't need to do anything on the back end. What you need to do, the bulk of what you need to do is on the front end side of things. That's where you generate or you upload pins. So you upload the pins here in this format. So we will be adding a sample format that people can download and see later on. Not now. I think that's something I just noticed now that we need to add here. So then which one again? So when you upload it, I don't know if you have I don't know if you have records there, so I can show you how it looks like on the back end. Let me check if you have records. Oh, we don't have records. I would have loved to show you how it looks on the front end side of things. Okay, okay, it's fine. So there's something here called voucher. Generate voucher. So what this voucher does is this. We can generate voucher here, right? Let me show you something. So voucher amount is probably 2,000, and I'm generating 3 of 2,000 worth of voucher. So this voucher can be used in place of, so probably somebody paid into your account, right, and want to fund his wallet with that. So all you need to do is just come here and on your dashboard they're going to have that option. Come here, load the voucher. So if you check our balance now, our balance should be 2,200, right? So you can just generate this and just send to the user in question. And if you want to view them, you can come here and still view them, view vouchers. You see the one that has been used. I think we've generated. Okay, I didn't know that there were some there before. So this is the one we just which I think generated 3, right? So I think we've used this one. Yes, this is the one we just used now. What time is it? 8:24. Okay, yeah, this is one we just used now. So you can track all those things too as well. Sorry for the. All right, so we can have this one. You can filter by used ones too as well, and be able to see some of these things. Then here is where you see your transactions, like all the transaction that has been done, either failed or passed. Is it passed now? Either failed or not successful or refunded. Anyone. So you see them, right? What do we have here? So we have something they call news and tutorial. So probably you want to educate your user on something, but the way this works, right, is that it links you to an external to an external resource. You know that we don't create landing page for the portal. We don't it's not part of the package, right? It's just the portal that you get. So we are thinking probably most persons will use WordPress on the for their landing page. So WordPress already has blog. Yeah. So it already good, good. So it already has blog. So there's no point for us creating internal blogs anymore. So that's why we didn't do that. Right. So so if you intend to use this feature, you can just do something like I create a post on WordPress. You come here and pin it. So if you go to the back end, you see where is it? Where is notification? Oh, I will talk about notification too as well. Where is this? Where is this? Where is it? Alert system. Oh, yeah, we have it here. So you can say probably new, then name of a site. I don't know. Then let me put the one I don't know. Let me put the one I know. HTTPS PTU business. Let's come right then. If I want to pin it at the top, I can pin it at the top, and it will just show as part of the ones you can see pinned. So if I should click on this one now, this one should take me to. It should open a new page automatically. You can see. Take me to business BT business portal automatically. That way, so they can go and read whatever they need to read there. and things like that. So that's why this one is here. So there's something that I wanted to show you again. So here now we have an alert system, right? So what the alert system does is this. I think you must have seen it once. Let me click on dashboard again. Yes, this is it. So you can decide to show your user some things, or probably write comprehensions, or probably write HTML. You can add HTML information there too as well, something like that. So you can have something like this there, and just you may have designed it somewhere, and just come in and paste it if you like. So then this one is just showing that okay, I want to always display it. So how many times do I want to display it? So there is a counter. So if I should change it to 1 now, right, and I go back to that page, it only show me once. So if I should refresh again, it won't show me again. So there is a counter for each particular user. So how many times should the user see it? So should they say it once? Should they see it twice? Should they see it 3 times? So this one now 10,000 times. So individually, so per user, if the count is not 10,000, the user will continue seeing it. So that's the one for that. There's this other one, notification. So this notification, the way it does is what it does is this. What we have here, there is this stuff here, right? So just monitor that now. If I should add a notification to that, everybody should be able to see it. Important. So our notification, our first notification actually. I save that, I come back to the site, I reload the page. You can see. So we have the counter there showing us that there's something that we need to read. Right? Then we can click on it. We should be able to click on it that whoa. That's another thing that we need to look at. But we can click on it, right? You can go to see your notifications and see the one that we need to check. So immediately we click on details. It means we have read it. So it goes back. You go back to normal stuff. You've seen it already, so it has marked it as read. Then the other part, the other one that is part of, at first it's an add-on, but right now it's part of the system, is reseller. So you can set different prices for your users. So this is where you set them. I think we have samples there too. I'm not sure, but you can check your portal to confirm. Right, so we have something like this here. So here you can set, I don't know if you noticed when I was trying to load the airtime, sorry, the system then, that was telling me that the minimum I can fund is 1,000 naira. That's because I'm a level 1 user. Yeah, so that's because you set this. So here now we can now start setting airtime. So for airtime now, here we are using identifier, right? So the identifier of that airtime. So if the airtime is MTN, it has to be exact. MTN, what's it called? Airtime top up. It has to be the exact name. So 001 means that if as a level 1 user, as a level 1 reseller, right, I'll be buying at 99 naira for 100 naira airtime. Right, if I should put 3, I'll be buying at 97 naira, right, on and on like that. For data, this data, right, all you need to do is we need to copy what we have. The same thing applies for the network stuff, that's identifiers. But here we need to add something, and let me show you. There's something. So we didn't. There's no video for that yet. Well, I think it's high time we did a video so that we can reduce the one-on-ones. So I'm just picking one stuff here now. I'm just picking one here. So right now I'm going to just copy the whole thing we have here and go ahead and go and dump it here as a string. So what's the name of this this identifier now? The identifier is MTN, capital letter MTN. So I'll just come back here and put capital letter MTN here. Right, then if you have any other one too, probably it's salad, glow, what's it called again, airtel, etc, like that. All you need to do is just get the identifier, get the corresponding guy here, and go and put. One thing is this, I mentioned that the identifier is unique. So if you label two different APIs as this, it will only see one of them, like we experienced with our start times. It will only see just one of them, and meaning that here now it will be confused, not knowing what to use. So you should only have one key. That's one MTN. If it's MTN, you should only have, if the other one is 9mobile, you should only have one of that. Then on and on like that. Now this education has been duplicated. We are just here to remove it, so you can skip that. Then we have electricity 2. Electricity 2 has its own identifier. All you need to do is just add the identifier. So if it's Kaduna prepaid, the same thing you have labeled Kaduna prepaid. Then how much do you want to how much discount do you want to give the person? Note that this discount, right, would be, so if you are charging 100 naira for electricity units, right, probably you want to get 1000, then you are charging 100 naira. The discount will be based on 1000 plus 100 naira, right? So 0.001% off 1100. That's the way the discount is going to look like. So it's together. It's not how do I put it now? I hope you get what I'm trying to say, bro. Okay. So here now we have cable 2. Cable 2 is, this cable is similar to the way we have this data. So we have to copy all those things that we have for cable exactly the way they are, right, and come and dump. So let me do a sample. So probably for start times now. Coming here, we have this cable here. Then we have this guy here. So what I just do is just lift this whole thing as much as they are and go and dump inside here. Just note a difference here. I'm not adding. All I'm copying exactly the way they are here. Unlike here that I had to add what's it called? I had to add an apostrophe just to close it up. That's the only difference between the data and the cable. The cable will just be lifted that same way. So if you have DStv, just do DStv too. You can copy whatever you have there, dump it here. If you have what's it called? Start times, DStv, Go TV. So you can do that too. So one thing that you'll be doing here that I omitted again is this. To now set the price for this level 1 reseller for data, you need to still follow that method that we mentioned, that the data amount is the one you need to edit. So here now, if I want to give, probably the normal user are getting that 120, and I want to give the other users probably one at 115, I can just do this here and put 115 here, and that will solve the problem. That's the only thing you'll be changing. The rest should just remain the same. Now, there's something also I omitted. The system is backward compatible in a way that even if you decide to use percentage, probably peradventure you don't want to use this gibberish. So you want to use a percentage of the actual amount that you are selling. So a percentage of 120, you can just still add it here and leave it this way. It will still pick it up and work with that, right? But just for specificity's sake, some people, the way what A likes is different from what B likes. What B wants is different from what C wants. So we have to create that variations, that allowance for variations at that. So you can do it that way I've mentioned, like this, or you leave it like this as well, while changing only the identifier. If you feel you want the easy way out, then I think those are the major ones you'll be using on your end. Then SMS too. So if you decide to probably give somebody a discount of SMS, so probably per SMS, instead of charging 3 naira, you'll be charging 1% of 3 naira per. Sorry, you'll be charging 3 minus 1% of 3 naira. That's like probably 2.999 thereabouts or whatever. So then that's what we charged per SMS. So I think that's that. So do you have any questions? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna. So my intention is to actually put it on YouTube, sir. So I don't know how comfortable you are with that. So that's why I didn't use your portal. Yeah, that's why I didn't use your portal, so that I don't expose information if there are any sensitive one. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very simple stuff, right? Like I said, the way we've created it can accommodate for different types, right? For different types. So you just, even if you can integrate it, right? At the worst that could happen is we charging you for it. That's the worst that could happen. But it of course it can be adapted. Yeah. Yeah. You are familiar with it. You are familiar with it. Sorry for cutting you. You are familiar with it, right? It's just the way it's being presented right now, right? That's why it's looking like something. Are you familiar with Postman? Do you use Postman? Do you use Postman? Oh, okay. I think that. Okay. 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 just let us know if there's any issue, right? We will try as much as possible to be able to resolve it, right? Yeah, me too. Oh. All right, all right. Please let us know. We are kind of thinking of doing something like a maintenance package, but we are yet to conclude on that part of things so that probably some people can be on a very small fee for on a monthly basis, so that if they have issues and things like that, we can probably jump in to attend to them to help them fix them if there are issues. That's if there are issues. Another thing I must warn you on for the on this portal area, more often than not, most of what we have issues we have encountered, right, is I think probably it's a deficiency from our end too. Probably not, but the reason why we did the videos is just for understanding sake, right? But we realize that even no matter the amount of videos, people will still come back telling you that they don't understand, right? So where I was actually driving at is that most of, but I've seen most of the issues is probably input problem. So by input problem, I mean probably not understanding. Not if some people will see this will see instead of them pausing the video and mimicking, they won't do that. They will just watch the video at a glance like movie, right? And they will now go to their portal and start configuring things from their head when it's not supposed to be so. It's supposed to be kind of side by side. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. This is the pause. Even if you don't learn anything, it has to be that way, right? But then, so what I'm trying to say, so probably just be vigilant with commas. Comma can be source of a problem. Apostrophe can be source of a problem, right? So that you just be aware of all these things and be sure that okay, even if you need to bring issues to us, you must have done the whole thing from your end. And when we now check, we realize, oh, this person have done at least. It's not an input problem. Probably it's a malfunction somewhere or something like that that we just need to check. Right. So all right. Okay. 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 All right, all right, all right. All right, no problem. I'll send a video. I will try and send a video to you tonight personally. Yeah, it may take a while to get uploaded in the internet and stuff, but then it will be uploaded. It will be uploaded, and like I said, I will probably upload it to YouTube, right? So that just for yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.